Jocko, keep up the great work. Best wishes. I believe it says Rick or Rich. So that's where I got the book from. Luckily, it was sent to me. I wouldn't have known about it otherwise. If you want to get this book, which you should, it's available from pilotspublishing.co.uk. And there's also a Facebook page, The Memory, facebook.com/The Memory Endures. And as it says in the book, the author's royalties in respect of this book will be donated to the Parachute Regiment charity. And there you go. Another hero teaching us the sacred lesson that we must never forget that life is a gift. And as Reg Curtis tells us, what you do with that is you do the best you can. You do the best that you can. And with that, Echo Charles, as I decompress over here a little bit, maybe you got some ideas of how we can be the best we can.
Yes.
What do you got for us?
Well, one of the many things that I took was, I don't know if it was his attitude or if that's the culture or both. You know, could be a bit better. Then that was the other guy, right? Who was like, could be a bit better.
Yeah, we can do a bit better.
Yeah. So on these terrible conditions, right? Could be a bit better.
You're talking about the guy that says, not too bad, not too bad. Could
right.
be better.
Could be better. Yeah, a bit better. Yeah. So, like I said, probably both, right? Attitude plus culture. So the attitude, right? When you go through adversity, if you can have that attitude.
Not too bad, not too bad. Could be
better. Right.
Hey, we're about to get overrun. And there's a strong possibility we're going to get killed.
Right.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Could be better.
Yeah, could be
There's
better.
a little positive thought pattern there.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, it's really a good news, bad news. You know?
Yeah, it's also a realistic view, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still walking.
Right.
Hey, I still got ammunition.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's not too bad means we don't have to do anything.
Right.
Could be better, though.
Right.
Maybe there's some things we can work on.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I forget what movie it was when he's like, I got good news and bad. I think it might have been Tango and Cash. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, he said, I got good news and bad news. He goes, what's the bad news? We're almost out of gas. And he's like, well, what's the good news? We're almost out of gas. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's the attitude, really.
Good, man.
So anyway, speaking of attitudes, good and bad, what we're doing, one of the many things, is jiu-jitsu. Okay, so that's a really good news, bad news scenario as well. Really?
What's the bad news?
Bad news is you're going to get choked from time to time. I know this firsthand. That's the bad news. But the good news is you are exposed to an environment that will teach you how to choke others if the need may arise.
Good.
Yes. So
good news is you're getting choked. Or sorry, bad news is you're getting choked.
Yes.
The good news is you're getting choked, which means you're learning how to defend, also choke other people.
Yes.
So okay.
Repetitively. Well, that could be good or bad news, whatever. So it's a matter of your attitude, really.
How is your attitude lately on getting choked?
A lot of learning. A lot of learning. What do you call it when you relearn something?
Lessons learned. Repetitive. Iterative learning sessions.
Hey, it's not an inoculation. It's repetitive. Well, it is. It's both.
Imagine that. You get choked one time and you'll never get choked again? Nope.
No.
That's not the way it works.
No. Happens
with the jiu-jitsu.
No.
So it sounds like jiu-jitsu, even though there's a negative possible thing, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not too bad. Not too bad. Could be better.
Could be better,
If you train it.
Yeah.
Start training.
The more you train, the better you get. So there you go. Anyway, while we're training, we're going to need a gi because you're going to do gi. What do you do? Not do gi? Well, I guess that's possible, but okay. How about
Not
this?
recommended.
No, not recommended.
Are you going to fight people all the time that are just wearing shorts?
No.
What if you get in a street fight? Okay, if you get a street fight at the beach, maybe. What if you get a street fight at the supermarket.
With the guy with the jean jacket on.
Yeah,
something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's taking the last,
And really, that's like that's the last one
I
piece
don't
of
know,
broccoli or something.
Last piece of broccoli.
Yeah, you don't like that. You got to fight them for it. Something like this. But that's even just one of actually a teeny tiny way of looking at it, where it's like, okay,
oh, I see what you're saying.
Because the chance of you getting in an actual fight are pretty low. If you have, if you're smart
that's
about
a good
it.
point.
Not
That's
to
a very
say
good
that
point.
you shouldn't. No, I'm not saying that, but they're pretty low. Is what I'm saying.
And
So,
especially if you're going to actively avoid getting into a fight.
Yes.
If you're smart.
if you're smart, yes.
The problem is you can't always avoid it.
No, you
there
can't.
There may be a situation, and here's the deal: if you are forced into a situation where you have to defend yourself and you don't know how, the result is catastrophic.
Huge, yeah,
catastrophic. Why have that catastrophic possibility?
Yes.
Here's the deal: if that's the only reason you were training jiu-jitsu, if that was the only reason, it would be worth it. If that was the only reason, here's the deal: that's not the only reason. There's 1,000 other reasons. There's an infinite more reasons, right? You're going to get in better conditioning. You're going to get mental stimulus. You're going to meet other human beings. You're going to develop relationships and have friends. You're going to develop discipline in your life, right? This is a long list. I mean, this goes on. Yeah. So even if the only thing you were going to get was just you learn how to defend yourself, totally worth it. Now, not only are you going to get to defend yourself, you're going to be able to get these other collateral bonus things, which, by the way, some people, in order to work their cardiovascular system, they're riding a spin bike somewhere. Yeah. Someone else, in order to work their flexibility, is doing a yoga class. Someone else, in order to work their strength, is lifting some weights. I'm not saying you don't do all those things, but I'm saying you can get all three of them, like a little hitter of all three of them, no problem. Get on the jiu-jitsu mats.
Yeah.
Gi, no gi. Both of them.
Yes. Well, yes. But if you're doing gi only because someone on the street might be wearing certain types of clothes,
exactly.
Then it's like
same exact point I just made.
Yeah.
If you're only going to do gi because of that, it's worth it. But there's all these other beneficial things.
Yes. And I'll tell you this right now. Really, the number one thing that'll keep you in jiu-jitsu doing it, the number one thing, and it's maybe even by far for most people, is that it's fun.
I was going to say fun.
Straight up.
Oh, I hope we're aligned on this.
Yeah, it's true because look, think about it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu for self-defense. Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's where everyone starts. When I started jiu-jitsu, when I started, I was like, hey, I'm just going to get good enough, so I can handle myself, which is like it's about a 6-month period. Yeah. About 6 months, if you're an aggressive guy and you're a good athlete or strong or whatever, 6 months you're pretty good to go, right? 6 months of jiu-jitsu, you know what's up. It's been 20 whatever years,
Yeah, exactly right. And so, and if you tap someone out, try the first time you tap someone out, then say like, oh yeah, that's not for you.
I made that up, by the way. You're trying to impinge on my statement.
Well, you might have made up saying that, maybe bringing it to light, but the fact is true.
Oh, so you're saying that I only quoted you quoted a universal truth?
Yeah, self-evident.
I don't know, man, because people used to ask, how long should I train for? We got the question on the podcast. How long should I really don't like it? And the answer was at first you should try it for 6 months. Oh, 3 months, whatever. No.
Yeah,
you train until you tap someone out. I don't want to use the term in anger, but you tap someone out for real in a jiu-jitsu training environment. Yeah. And then you're good.
Yeah, you're right. That was a specific answer. So yeah, that is yours. Okay.
I'm just making sure because I'm over here wanting full credit.
Nonetheless, if you're training it
if you would have said it in not such a way, like the way you said it, man, you thought you said it as if you just created like E = MC squared over there. You're like, you should train until you were looking down your nose at me as you said it, as if. So I had to call you out on that one. My little brojinho.
All good. I was just remembering the other day, Kurt, the Australian guy that came, Kurt is his name?
Kurt, yeah.
Yeah, so
young Kurt.
Yeah, so I asked him, I was like, how long have you been training? He said like a month or something. It's like some kind of new or really new. And so I said, have you tapped anyone out yet? And he said, yes.
Yeah,
so I'm like, oh, this guy's in the game. I knew already, So maybe I kind of drew from that recent experience to to kind of say it. But nonetheless, like I was saying, if you train only for self-defense, not because it's fun, not because it's a good workout, not because you got a bunch of new friends, not because all this stuff, only for self-defense. After a while, not even a long while, after a short while, you can be like, bro, like, I don't even know I'm doing it. Like, bro, I'm not using it to defend myself, really, because those are kind of rare, then you might not do it, especially if it's not fun. So there you go. Fun. People, like, there are people who train jiu-jitsu for decades, literally decades, that have never got in a fight before, never got in a street fight, never got in a physical fight. So it's like, yeah, are they training for self-defense? Yeah, sure, of course. But
that's not why
they're in the game. Yeah, exactly right. So nonetheless, when we do it, like I said, do the gi. That's going to be one of it. The other part's no gi. When you do get a gi, you get an origin gi.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Best gis by far, factually.
Now, same type of thing. If you're going to get an origin gi just because you want the best gi, that's good. That's a good reason. Like, that's solid, right?
That's my reason.
If you peel back the layer a little bit and you want to find out what else you're going to get, well, guess what else you're going to get? You're going to get the fact that you are literally rebuilding an industry and a community and an economy inside of America. That's not even a little bonus. Like, kind of there's some people that would look at that and say, I'm going to buy an origin gi just because of that.
Yeah. And then if I even do jiu-jitsu, that's sort of secondary. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I could dig it.
Now, if you're feeling it, let's say you're feeling it, you're feeling that part. You're feeling like America, you're feeling the economy, you're feeling the community, you're feeling the industry, you're going to bring it back, you're going to help, but you still haven't gotten over the hump of showing up at a jiu-jitsu school, but you still want to support. It's okay. We'll say a step in the right direction. We have genes that you can get, right? You can get genes. You're still going to help those other three. I would prefer the first thing that you get. In all seriousness, the first thing I would prefer you get is a gi, because that tells me you're going to go get on the mat. Yeah. If you, because so many people, and you know what 99% of people say when they finally start jiu-jitsu? I wish I would have started, when I first, that's what people say. Tell you this, I'm meeting people now that are purple belts that started jiu-jitsu when they started listening to this podcast. So we're about probably 3 to 4 years away from having somebody that started jiu-jitsu listening to this podcast will be a black belt in jiu-jitsu, which is an awesome achievement. Here's the thing. There's also people that will say, I started listening to the podcast and 3 years went by before I started. You could have been a purple belt. Don't wait. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, start jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Emphatically telling you that. Yeah. And by the way, we touched on a little kind of combatives, hand-to-hand combat in this book.
Oh, right.
And there's a whole line of a whole thread we can pull on that, and we will at some point. The British combatives program, World War II, very cool. I've read a bunch about it, and we'll dig into it here because it's pretty awesome. What the way they were doing things, their concepts, etc.
Interesting.
But if they were alive today, they'd be learning the jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu all day. Yeah.
And they'd be getting American gis. Even from England, they'd be like, you know what? Those Yanks, get yourself a Yankee gi.
Right, because again, really the primary reason is because it's factually the best one.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. Same thing for jeans, where I would say since I got my pair of Origin jeans, which is like a while ago when you think about it, when they came out, it's a while ago. I have not worn any other jeans ever.
No.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
No reason.
There's not even a reason to do that.
No reason. I only have one pair too. Or no, I don't have 3, but nonetheless, that's the only ones I wear. Also, we have other stuff here at Origin.
We do.
So, yeah, joggers, or athletic wear, all kinds of good stuff. You go to originmaine.com, Maine like the state. Also, supplements. Keep yourself in the game.
Yep.
Propel yourself further down the path.
Yep.
As it were.
Yep. Get yourself joint warfare and krill oil out of the gate. Once again, and I feel bad because I did this on social media where the guy was like, hey, what can I do to help? And I didn't want to be that guy that was like, well, here, try my supplement line. I just don't want to be that guy.
Right.